StudyIQ IAS, अब तैयारी हुई अफोर्डेबल।
Hello, namaskar, namaskara, namaskaram, namaskar. My name is Pooja Dwivedi. Welcome to my class, The Daily Current Affairs. We are going to learn significant events of the past 24 hours in such a manner that it is not only going to help you with your preliminary examination but also the mains examination, because it is advisable to remember facts so that you can get and fetch brownie points in your mains examination as well. Do not need to worry about making notes because I provide the notes in the form of the current PDF that I'm using through my Telegram channel, that is by the name of Pooja Dwivedi UPSC. If you have any questions regarding this examination, you can talk to me on my Instagram. So these are the many events that we have to cover today. First is of course the practice question that I gave you. I will answer that question correctly, and then you have already, if you have commented, you will get your names by the end of this segment, those who ever have answered it correctly. So P2I batches are being launched from 23rd of August, that is tomorrow. Make sure that you take admission as soon as possible so that you do not miss the live sessions, because live sessions will be conducted on a daily basis from 6 p.m. This will be an evening batch. For Hindi, English and English students, we have 3 separate batches so that StudyIQ becomes accessible to all. Other than this, you will get prelims test series, mains test series, daily answer writing practice, current affairs module, even a mains residential program for those students who are going to qualify prelims 2024. Make sure you take admission as soon as possible so that we can send you the study material. I will be taking up classes in these. So you have to just use the code PDLives to get a discounted price of rupees 29,999. The actual price is 70,000, but we are providing it at a very affordable cost. Moving on. First question is the practice question. India has secured rank 2nd at the 16th International Olympiad on Astronomy and Astrophysics that happened in Poland. So which of the following is the first ranker? India has been securing good positions when it comes to these particular Olympiads. It is important for us to remember certain facts related to them. I will tell you the facts, but before this, I would like to answer it correctly. Option B, the UK is the correct answer. It clinched 5 golds to make the lead. So 4 golds and 1 silver medal were actually resourced by India. And it happened in Poland. You also have to remember that, because UPSC can ask us the regions as well, the countries of any sort of game that has happened. The United Kingdom clinched the lead with 5 goals. The first ever IOAE. It was conducted from 30th November to 9th December 2007 in order to commemorate the 80th birth anniversary of the King Bhumibol Adulyadej of Thailand and the 84th birth anniversary of the Princess Galyani Vadhana of Thailand. Very important fact, please remember it. Other than this, the first ever IOA which was conducted, you can see even India was a part of it. And India, for that same matter, was also a part of the International Board, which formally adopted statutes of IOAA. One of the IOAA was also hosted by India in the year 2016. It happened in Bhubaneswar, because you can get these kind of questions that India never hosted IOA. It has in 2016 Bhubaneswar. Okay, consider the following statements with respect to the Bharat New Car Assessment Program. It focuses on evaluating the safety performance of passenger vehicles that can accommodate up to 8 passengers. See, UPSC can confuse us and give us certain data as well, so that we doubt ourselves that, see, maybe I haven't learned this, maybe I haven't studied this, or I have forgotten this. The key is to be very mindful of the statements that you are reading. Second, you have to revise it. That is why data is something that is very important in this examination now. Earlier, it wasn't so much. If we go from like 2016, 17, 18, it wasn't so much. But since 2019, data has gathered a lot of heft. That is why you have to remember the data as well. And have a weight not exceeding 3.5 tons. From September 2023, it will be mandatory for all the automobile companies to participate in it. It will serve as a consumer-centric platform and enable car buyers to make safer choice between cars. So what do we have to see? We have to see how many statements given above is or are correct. See, the new car assessment program, Bharat New Car Assessment Program, is a step in the right direction to reduce the mortality which happens due to car fatalities. And this is why India has brought this out. We have an aim to reduce mortality by road accidents by 50%. The year is 2024. You have to remember this data. And this Bharat New Car Assessment Program is not mandatory. even in the most developed countries that we see, this is a voluntary program, not mandatory. This program, remember, is not mandatory. However, it is advisable to be a participant in it. So for that very matter, second statement is incorrect. It focuses on evaluating the safety performance of passenger vehicles which can accommodate up to 8 passengers. So the first part of the data is definitely correct. Second part is also correct. Not weight should not exceed 3.5 tons. For this particular Bharat new car assessment program is there. And it will serve as a consumer-centric platform is also correct. You as a consumer, would you want a car which is better suited for Bharat new car assessment program or which is not a participant in it? Of course, any sane person would choose safety first, right? That is why it is kind of an encouragement to the car companies to ensure that they participate in such assessment programs. So first is correct, second is not correct, third is also correct. 1 and 3 are correct, 2 only will be the correct answer. Bharat NCAP has been launched by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highway. It is basically an assessment program in order to ensure that the car you are buying is safe. So about 1.54 lakh people lost their lives and 3.84 lakh were injured in 2021 in road accidents. In 2020, 1.31 lakh people lost their lives and 3.49 people were injured. 3.49 lakh were injured in road mishaps. There should be a reduction in road accidents death by 50% by 2024. This is our goal, and that is why in order to achieve it, we have to do this assessment. The Bharat New Car Assessment Program is a novel safety assessment initiative which is introduced by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highway. Focuses on evaluating the performance of those passenger vehicles which can accommodate up to 8 passengers, and they should not weigh more than 3.5 tons. Okay, so many countries, specifically European countries, US, Latin American countries such as Japan, have their own car assessment program, but they are also voluntary. They are not mandatory. Similarly, India has also gone through the similar path. It's not mandatory. So right now the safety ratings are done through a car crash test. This is particular hurdle and the car will be crashed over here, and whatever impact it will have on frontal side and pole side impact, then we can say whatever points are scored. Similarly, on that manner only we are going to give them stars. So on the basis of those stars, the car is chosen by a customer. Okay, I've already told you about this, so let's move forward. With respect to Samoa, choose the correct answer. It is to the north of Papua New Guinea. It is to the east of New Zealand. It is to the south of Equator. It is to the west of Fiji. So, why we are discussing it? Because the first Foreign Office consultation, FOC, happened between India and Samoa, and that was in Apia. And on the grounds of many things, health, education, ICT, development, everything was discussed over here. And that is why India is engaging a lot with Pacific countries, because India wants to ensure that China doesn't have a dominance over here. And Samoa will also host the next Commonwealth Head of Government meeting on 21st of October next year, not this year. All right. So Samoa is over here. It is, as you can see, to the north of New Zealand, to the northeast of Fiji, to the east of Papua New Guinea. So let us see what is the matter here. It is to the north of Papua New Guinea? No. To the east. It is to the east of New Zealand? No. Northeast. It is to the south of Equator? We'll see that. But it is to the east of Fiji as well. So, northeast of Fiji. And here is Equator. It is to the south of Equator. So, only that statement will be correct. Okay, because we had to select the correct statement. So, it is to the south of Equator will be correct. UPSC loves these kind of map-based questions. So, make sure that you are very thorough with them. Consider the following: Parliament election candidates, members of Rajya Sabha, Controller and Auditor General of India, State Ministers. How many of the above take an oath according to the 3rd schedule of the Indian Constitution, where oaths are actually given? As in, to the person whom to administer these oaths, it is scheduled according to the 3rd schedule. The Parliament election candidates do it, Member of Parliament do it, and Member of Rajya Sabha are also Member of Parliament. So, that is also correct. Comptroller and Auditor General and State Ministers, all 4 do it. So all 4 will be the correct answer. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Shankar, along with 8 other newly elected members of the Rajya Sabha, have been administered oath by the Rajya Sabha chairman, and Others include Nagendra Ray, Keshri Dev Singh Digvijay Jhala, Babu Bhai Jesang Bhai Desai, he's from BJP, Derek O'Brien, Dola Sen, Sukhendu Shankar Ray, Prakash Chik Parel, and Samirul Islam. These are the newly elected members of the Rajya Sabha. So, if we talk about the third schedule, Union Ministers of India, Parliament election candidate, members of the Parliament, of course, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, Supreme Court judges, Comptroller and Auditor General, State Minister, State Legislature elections candidate, State Legislature Ministers, High Court judges, all get their oaths through the third schedule of the Indian Constitution. So with respect to Malabar maritime exercise, consider the following statements. Since 1992, it is being conducted on an annual basis. Japan joined this exercise as a permanent member in the year 2007 and Australia joined the exercise in 2021. So how many statements given above is or are not correct? We have to see that. Malabar is a war gaming exercise. It was conducted as a bilateral exercise in the year 1992 between the USA and India. This was again conducted in 1995-1996, but there was a break until 2002. When India conducted nuclear test, this exercise was stopped as a sanction only. But since the year 2002, it has been conducted on an annual basis since 2002. Okay. So first statement is incorrect. Japan joined the naval exercise as a permanent member in the year 2015. Alright. But it did participate in 2007 along with certain other countries such as Australia, Singapore. Australia joined the exercise in the thick of Galwan clash, that is in 2020. So first, second and third, all three are incorrect. All three will be the correct answer here because we had to select the not correct one. 27th edition of the Malabar war game exercise recently concluded. It was conducted off the coast of Sydney and we have to understand that Royal Australian Navy hosted this. Also, indigenously built destroyer INS Kolkata, frigate INS Sayadri and P-81 maritime Patriot aircraft, patrol aircraft did become a part of it. Now, if you think about the Malabar exercise, it's a multilateral. That means many countries are participating in it. War gaming exercise. From 2002 onwards, this has been conducted on an annual basis. Japan, Australia first participated in 2007 and in 2007, this exercise was conducted twice. One off the coast of Okinawa Island. Here, not only Australia and Japan participated, but Singapore was also a part of this exercise along with USA and India. Another was conducted at the coast of Vishakhapatnam. And we have to understand that this 2007 was the year when this exercise was conducted far from the coast of India. Also, since 2014, India, US, Japan, they have participated in the exercise every year. Japan joined the naval exercise in 2015 as a permanent member. 2020 participation happened between all the members of the Quad and second time that Australia participated in the Malabar series of naval exercise in 2020. Before that, it was 2007. Moving on, we have to match the region with the district. Garhwal, Nainital, Kumaon, Pithoragarh, Bundelkhand, Mahoba, Amravati, Buldhana. Okay, so these are different regions and they are divided into districts. So we have to answer it correctly. How many pairs given above is or are correct? Nainital and Pithoragarh, both are a part of, as you can see, here it is. I will take the help of the map. Nainital is here and Pithoragarh. Both are part of the Kumaon division. If we talk about the division of Garhwal, Garhwal consists of Uttarkashi, Chamoli, Rudraprayag, Tehri, Dehradun, Haridwar and Pauri. Other than this, Kumaon consists of Pithoragarh, Bageshwar, Almora, Nainital and also Chapawat. So these are the Udham Singh Nagar as well. These are the important regions. So you have understood that Nainital as well as Pithoragarh both belong to Kumaon. Okay, Nainital and Pithoragarh. But Garhwal here is incorrectly matched. So first is incorrect, second is correct. Bundelkhand, Mahoba, yes. And Amravati, Buldhana, yes. So first is incorrect, second is correct, third is correct, fourth is correct. How many are correct? 3 only will be the correct answer. Uttarakhand, the State Meteorological Department has issued a red alert. It's going to receive heavy rains in the upcoming 2 days. And it is very scary because right now we are seeing the status of Himachal Pradesh. And as you can see, Bundelkhand spans across southern region of Uttar Pradesh, northern region of Madhya Pradesh, consisting of many important districts such as Jalon, Datia, Jhansi, Hamirpur, Mahoba, Tikamgarh, Lalitpur, Sagar, Damoh, Panna, Chhatarpur, Banda, Chitrakoot as well. If we talk about Amravati, here is Amravati division, which consists of Yavatmal, Vashim, Akola, Amravati itself, and Buldhana, where we have the Lonar Lake, the crater lake. Alright, let's move forward, talk about the next one. With respect to the Eklavya Model Residential School Scheme, consider the following statements. It started in the year 1997-1998. Each school has a capacity of 480 students, catering to the students from class 6 to 12th. Every block with more than 50% ST population and at least 20,000 tribal persons will have an AMRS. So this is a purely data-based question which could be asked, also current related. All three, let's see how many of the above is or are not correct. All three are actually correct. It is in order to ensure that Eklavya schools, they cater to the need of scheduled tribe students not only for their academic development but also all-round development. These are at par with the Navodaya school. So all three are correct. Not correct, none will be not correct. The students of Eklavya Model Residential School have visited the Rashtrapati Bhavan today to meet the Prime Minister. This scheme started in 1997-1998 as a very, you can say, flagship intervention of the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. It focuses not only on the academic education but also the overall development. Each school has a capacity of 480 students that cater to the students from the class range 6th to 12th. Article 275 of the Constitution, under it only, this is a very important fact, under it only the grants take place for the Eklavya Residential Model School. In order to give further impetus to it, it was decided in 2022 that every block with more than 50% ST population and at least 20,000 tribal persons will have an Eklavya Model Residential School. These will be at par with the Navodaya. This is a practice question for you to practice. The G20 Pandemic Fund has recently granted which of the following sum to India's Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairy? These are the given options. You have to answer the correct answer. Let me take the names of those students who have answered the last question correctly. Many of you have answered the last question correctly. So stay with me a moment. I will tell the names of those students. So Vivek has answered it correctly. Simran, Riya, Mandeep, Swapna, Prabhat, Anjali, also Shambhav, Tejas, one name is unreadable to me, Mansi, Priyadarshan, also Utkal, Abhishek. Yes, Shambhav, the name, these names which I took in ES track. ES track actually are different core group of stations in different countries. 7 countries, 7 core group stations which are going to assist the Chandrayaan when it comes to landing and later on as well. Okay. Also, these current affairs will be important not only for your prelims but also for the mains examination. Let me take the names of other students as well. Yes, Jintu has answered it correctly. Dilshad has answered it correctly. Yashwant has answered it correctly. All the very best for this question as well. I will take your names in the upcoming class as well. Thank you.
StudyIQ IAS. अब तैयारी हुई अफोर्डेबल।